Hello everybody, welcome back to Steve's Gear. Today we're going to take a look at some of my more budget EDC carrying knives. Most of these I've had for at least a couple years. There's only one that's relatively newer. I'll kind of share my opinions on them and give a few specs. Kind of let you make a decision if you're in the market for, maybe a little bit less expensive knife. Something that you're not going to be afraid if it gets lost or beat up a little bit. Plus, they're all good knives, so you can't really go wrong with any of these choices. Alright, so the first one is the Ontario Company Rat 1. This is an older one. This one is in the AUS 8 steel. So I know this one is available in some different sizes, different colors. It's available in the D2 steel. I believe the D2 steel wasn't even available when I purchased this one. So it's been around for a pretty long time. Right now I believe this one is $29 on Amazon. Most of these I just looked up the prices on Amazon and just to kind of see what they cost right now. This is one that I use a lot of times if I'm going to go out fishing. It's kind of a workhorse knife. Plenty of length, plenty of blade steel, and held up really well. Action's still real nice, still centers up nice, still smooth. So, great knife in my opinion. The next one is the Spyderco Tenacious. This one is the version with the G10 scales. Right now on Amazon, this one is $57, so this is the most expensive out of the bunch. I think you can purchase this one with FRN handles. I think it's a little bit less expensive. This one has the 8CR14 MOV blade steel, which I guess technically is a little bit, less expensive steel. But in my opinion, it's decent. It's easier to sharpen. You can sharpen them till they're pretty sharp. They just don't hold the edge quite as well. This is another one that I carry, a lot of times if I'm going camping, or I have a little bit more heavy-duty cutting tasks. This one I really like the grip on this one. I think it's great. Fits my hand well. You can put a lot of force down with it. Kind of a classic. I mean, most people know Spyderco if you're into knives. They definitely got some more budget-friendly ones, and then they have some super high-end ones. But yeah, this one also same way, centers up really well. Action's still good. I've never taken it apart to clean it. I wipe it down every once in a while, but other than that, it holds up really well. So I've been super happy with that one. The next one is one that I carry most of the time in my laptop bag, and that's for the simple reason that it is super lightweight. So this is the Opinel. It's a knife out of France. This is the number 8. So they have them all different sizes. You can get different wood, things like that. Different blades. This one is the 12C27 stainless steel. This one's also one that I've been able to get pretty sharp. Holds a blade decently well. But honestly, this one pretty much just sees, cutting some tape, maybe opening a package, things like that. So this one's not heavy use. I like that it still has the lock. You can just slide the collar to lock it. But pretty simple little kind of slip joint design. You can also lock it, when it's closed to prevent it from opening in your bag. But yeah, this is that number 8, made in France. You can see that. But yeah, the weight is great. It's a great knife to carry in a bag or something like that. This is the newest one that I've kind of added to the budget collection. I've seen this one actually make the rounds around YouTube. I was kind of surprised. I saw it at my local Walmart, picked it up, and then I Googled it just to kind of see if I could get some specs, and I see there's quite a few videos were made on this one on YouTube. This is the Ozark Trail knife, and it's not the smoothest knife. I mean, I've seen some people seem to have better luck than others with them. The interesting thing about this one is it has the access style lock. So if you're into Benchmade type things, you're pretty familiar with that lock. You know, it's not incredibly well built. It's not, you know, anything super fancy, no fancy blade steel. I don't even know exactly what blade steel it is. I don't think it listed on the package. Maybe like a 420 HC steel, possibly. I'm not sure. But the thing about this one is it was only $6. So for $6, you're getting, you know, pretty easy to use knife. You're getting that access style lock. Pocket clip is decent. Pretty deep carry. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Pretty tight. The centering and stuff actually isn't bad, you know, for a $6 knife. This one is one that I leave on a little dash cubby in my work truck. So if I gotta cut something nasty or, you know, pry something with the blade, things I normally don't do with, you know, my other knives, but for $6 I'm not too worried about damaging it. This one I don't know if you can still purchase. I haven't looked lately. I've seen some stuff online saying that this one was only a Christmas special, so I'm not sure if your local Walmart will have it or not. But if they do, I mean, I'd pick it up for $6. The lock alone is what drove me to it. So the next one, I'm sure a lot of people will recognize it. The Victorinox Tinker. In my mind, kind of a classic knife. You know, this is another one that I'll carry in my personal truck. I have a little Maxpedition pouch that I carry a few things in, and this one always ends up in there. It's fairly thin, it's fairly light. It's got 12 functions. It's also one that doesn't see a whole lot of heavy use. You know, sometimes if I'm in my personal truck and I need to open a package or cut a piece of tape or a zip tie or something, this one works out pretty well. It does have the big blade and the Victorinox stainless, and then it has a couple of the, you know, the bottle openers, the screwdrivers, little wire strippers, things like that. It's got the secondary little blade on it, and then it has an awl and a Phillips head, along with the traditional tweezers and toothpick, which I've never used the toothpick yet. And tweezers are always kind of nice to have with you. So can't go wrong with that. This one right now is also on sale on Amazon for $22. So not a bad price. I actually think I picked it up in my local Walmart, and I think it was about that price at the Walmart. This one is one of my favorites. This was one of my first, I guess you could say, real knives that I purchased. This is the CRKT Squid. I'm sure a lot of people have probably seen this one if you're into knives. This one has multiple versions, so you can get it in all stainless, you can get it in assisted opening. This is the dark stonewash finish. This one in particular has the HCR 14 MOV steel. I believe nowadays you can get this one in D2. They do make a few limited edition designs. I actually purchased one of the limited edition ones for a gift for my tattoo guy. So I brought him one. It had green micarta scales and like a bronze blade. Really nice looking knife. I kind of wish I would have bought one for myself. The only thing that I can say about this one is it seems like over time the lockup has kind of got a little bit worse. I don't know if it could be adjusted. I've never tried adjusting it, never took it apart, anything like that. But it still locks up, blade's still solid. It just doesn't travel as far over as it seems like it used to. But yeah, great knife. The thing that originally drove me to this is the designer. So Lucas Burnley designed this squid, and he's actually from my hometown. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, I carried this one for a long time. It is a little bit heavier. You know, it's solid steel. But it finds its way into the rotation quite often. Great little knife. You know, even for my fat little fingers, I can still manipulate it pretty well. And the last one we're going to look at today is a knife that I don't use a ton. I use it more for the rare times that I dress up. Just because it's small and it has these real smooth reinforced nylon handles, a little pocket clip that's pretty deep carry, and it's got the recessed screws on the inside, so the screws don't protrude out. But I use it for dress pants. So when you go to like a, you know, if you go to an event or something like that, and you don't want to carry a big knife if you need one there, this is just a little slip joint. So fairly easy to manipulate. You know, if you're using it in a little event, you don't have to worry about pulling out a big blade. But this one is only in the 5CR15 MOV steel. So a little bit softer steel. You'll probably have to sharpen this one a little bit more if you end up using it quite a bit. But I like it. It's got a bottle opener if you're into that kind of thing. It's got one on there. A little lanyard pole if you want to stick something on it. But like I said, this one normally just makes it in the pocket if I'm going somewhere that, you know, I want a little bit less obvious knife. You know, if I got to use a little one for opening something up. But it's great for dress pants. You know, doesn't chew them up at all very much. So yeah, that's kind of my options for my budget collection. I do have a few a little bit more high-end knives. I don't have any, you know, $1,000 knives or anything like that. But I'm honestly impressed by most of these just as much as I'm impressed by the, you know, the more high-end ones. And I would really like to pick up a few more budget knives. You know, there's a few that I've been eyeing. I like the idea of carrying one and not crying for a week if I lose it. So let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite out of these ones, or if you have a favorite budget one you think I should check out. I'm always interested to see some new things and hear about some new brands. But anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching.